What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kinetic615 back for the next episode in this Michigan Wolverines Slow Sim Dynasty. We are in year 6, 2030, week 9, ranked number 1 nationally and at 6-0 undefeated. And we are looking at a huge game today. We are hosting the number 3, also undefeated, in-conference rival, the Oregon Ducks, for a huge matchup in week 9 of the season. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment on the video, hit the notifications bell. So, for those that are just tuning in for the first time, this is a Michigan Wolverines Slow Sim Dynasty that has been running for, in the 6th year, so 5.5 seasons, where I try to do it. I try to do it every day. I do miss some days here and there, but then I sometimes make up for it with multiple games in a day. Where basically I do a slow sim game every day in this dynasty to see how good we really are at building a dynasty in this game. It is very easy to, quote, rebuild a team when you can jump in to your most important games every year and make sure you win those games. We don't do that here. We're focusing on setting the scheme, recruiting the right players, developing them for the scheme, setting the depth chart, setting the playbook, setting the aggressiveness, and having it all come together so that when put computer versus computer, instead of us just jumping in and overpowering EA's CPU coding, it's computer versus computer. We can see how well we did building a team against 135 other teams. Is it 136? I think it's 136. Yeah, 135 other teams. So we have Coach Connor Stallions, who has already become a legendary coach at Michigan. If we look at the history, year 1, 2025, we went 9-3 and capped it off with a win in the Music City Bowl. Year 2, 2026, we took a slight step back, went 9-3 as well, but then lost in the ReliaQuest Bowl. Year 3, we went 9-2 in the regular season. We did not play in the conference championship that year. However, we did make the playoffs with a 10-2 record, and we went on a playoff run, defeating Texas A&M, USC, Georgia, and Alabama en route to a national championship win for Bryce Underwood's final season in college football and Connor Stallion's first championship, Michigan's 13th national championship in history. In 2028, we tried to run it back with, I think it was C.J. Carr was our quarterback that season, and we did win the Big Ten. We made it all the way back to the national championship, but we did lose in the finals to the Georgia Bulldogs. Then in 2029, we had our best season ever, going completely undefeated all year long, winning the Big Ten, winning the Orange Bowl, the Sugar Bowl, and the national championship to get Connor Stallions his second national championship, and Michigan their 14th in school history. Now we're trying to go back-to-back undefeated seasons and see if we can make a dynasty out of this coaching staff. So we are currently at 6-0. Let's take a look at the season so far. So to this point, now we did start off the season with 3 consecutive bye weeks in week 0, 1, and 2, but then we started our season in week 3 with a home game against UConn, 48-14. Then we hosted the Florida Gators and shut them out at home, 45-0. We then hosted the Texas A&M Aggies and beat them 41-10. Then we had Minnesota Golden Gophers visiting. We beat them 63-10. Northwestern Wildcats came in, and that was our second shutout of the season at 63-0. And then we went on the road for our first road game of the season at Indiana, where we defeated them 51-17 in Bloomington. Now we return home to Ann Arbor to take on the first of back-to-back top 5 matchups. First with the Oregon Ducks, next week with the USC Trojans. Take a quick look at the rosters. So for the Michigan Wolverines, we've got David Chosen, who returned following his championship win last season to lead us in his redshirt senior season. So David Chosen is the starting quarterback. Running backs, we're going to see Steve Hayes and Dakota Francis with a lot of run. Fullback, we've got senior Kevin Trout. Wide receiver, Rashard Suggs, who will also be our main slot receiver. Manu McCracken and James Franco also. Interesting thing here. So the last 2 seasons, ironically, our best seasons ever, we've had the thinnest roster so far. In last year's team, we only had 75 scholarship players. This year's team, only 79, after losing a lot to the portal and to the draft. And last year, this last offseason, it hit us very hard because we were trying to reload from the previous year where we only had 75 players on scholarship. So when we hit the offseason, we only had 4 scholarship slots open on the team in the recruiting class because you're limited to 35 recruits. So we lost all of our wide receivers except for Suggs. Suggs was the only wide receiver that remained from last year's team, where he was a redshirt, took a redshirt year, but he was a true freshman last year. And so we had to use 2 of our remaining 4 spots to bring in Manu McCracken and James Franco. But that means that we are actually being forced to play 3 true freshman receivers, Cooper Kaxer, DeAndre Merling, and Dion Tobin, in relatively heavy rotation. At tight end, we've got Giovanni Wolf and Demarius Lynch, with fullback Kevin Trout playing a little bit of the H-back role there and putting some time in at tight end. On the offensive line, across the board from left to right, Mario Nunez, Mike Dahl, Lawrence Kalawaya, Mike Wolf, and Dwayne Nestor. Defensive line, starting left edge, Ramon Corliss. On rush downs, we're going to have Billy Ogburn. Right edge, we've got Nick Souls. Defensive tackles, interior, Mello LaRoque and Steve Moen. Linebackers, we got D'Angelo Regis, Raphael Neely, Finau Theus, Levi Douglas, and Terrell Pilgrim, the converted safety of the linebacker. Cornerbacks, Evan Ekier, the only returning corner from last season that had game experience, along with transfer Avery Lucian, and then a couple of second-year players, Alex Lambo, Kona Nguyen, and Terrence Blizzard. At free safety, Ron Reese and Avery Rugamba. At strong safety, Duke Carden, Tim Guy. Your kick returners are going to be Dakota Francis and Rashard Suggs. Third down running back will be Steve Hayes. Power back will be Dakota Francis. Slot receiver again will be Rashard Suggs, with Steve Hayes getting some play at slot receiver. Rush edges, Billy Ogburn and Nick Souls. Rush DTs, Steve Moen, Ramon Corliss. Sub linebacker packages will have Rugamba and Carden in the box. Slot corner, Ron Reese and Avery Lucian. Nose tackles, LaRoque. Gadget will be Steve Hayes. I guess we can take a quick look at Oregon's roster so we know who we're playing against. Alright, so their quarterback is a redshirt senior, 86 overall, Chester Crow, a pocket passer. Running back, Isaac Kuma. Fullback, Dean Dubes, a junior. Is actually a tight end H-back. Wide receivers, their top 2 receivers are redshirt seniors, Connor Sr. and Chad Biggers. Tight end, LaRon Irving. Offensive line, Amir Ware, Alani Massey, Nathan Cooks, Adim Odiambo, and Javante Wilbur. Defensive line, look at that, 95 overall, power rusher, Gerald Poljan. And on the right edge, they've got an edge setter, 91 overall, Martin Hill. So their D-line is going to be good. Interior D-line, Dexter Laird and Vital. Hold on. How do you get this name in the game? Finian Ganafo? Okay, that's not as hard as it looked at first. Marcel Freitas, linebacker. Enrique Avril and Emmanuel Laletta at linebacker. Corner room, Jamie Mays, Desmond Gratz, Antoine Toll. Safeties, Tobias Skaggs and Dorian Johnson. Alright. Let's take a look at our recruiting board. Alright, just to recap so far this season, we've gotten commitments from 5-star cornerback Rico Prater, 5-star offensive tackle Jason Emerson, 5-star wide receiver Felix Payne, 5-star wide receiver Jalen Stringer, 5-star running back Bobby Bruce, 5-star safety Jalil Cookus, 4-star offensive lineman Ty Cisse, 5-star quarterback Trevor Atwood, 5-star wide receiver Walt Luck, 5-star linebacker Pat Leary, 5-star athlete projected as a running back Taylor Gooden, 4-star edge rusher Charles Easter, 4-star edge rusher Clay Galladay, 5-star athlete projected as an offensive lineman Marvin Incoom, 4-star linebacker Amani Ugwogbu, 4-star linebacker Rakeem Ankrum, 4-star defensive tackle Jason Keenan. This last week, we got a commitment from 4-star safety Derwin Warren out of Chicago, Illinois, 5'11", 193, ranked number 5 among free safeties, number 123 nationally, and committed to Michigan over Duke. Unfortunately, we did lose out on Torrey Bush, a defensive tackle, to Penn State. We did get a commitment from 4-star offensive lineman Armand Street from Oxnard, California, 6'5", 325, ranked number 17 among right guards, number 426 nationally among all prospects, and committed to Michigan over Clemson and Oregon. Got a commitment from 4-star athlete projected as a tight end Braxton Thomas out of Pickerington, Ohio, 6'6", 229, ranked number 7 among tight ends, number 303 nationally, committed to Michigan over Michigan State and Penn State. We got a commitment from 3-star athlete Bradley Wade, also projected as a tight end, out of Camden, New Jersey, 6'4", 244, ranked number 16 among all tight ends, number 443 nationally, committed to Michigan over Syracuse and Rutgers. Alright, for DeMarcus Claybrooks, we are still trying to play catch-up on Ole Miss. We're making up ground, but it's very slow, and they have a pipeline advantage, so we'll see how that goes. Jamichael Sanders, we're unopposed, still in top 8. Ofisa Tuamani, we are making up a lot of ground. We made up a lot of ground on UConn, taking the first spot, and now they have withdrawn their offer to compete. We also have 4-star quarterback Eric Truman, who is about to commit to us over Duke and Ohio State, but Duke has him on campus, so I don't know. They might get the commitment this week. Guess we can look at defensive tackles and see if there's any to put on here to replace Bush. Okay, they have 2. But we're number 1 on their board. We don't have a pipeline bonus. Let's scout them. Alright, you know what? We'll go for it. Alright, let's jump into the game. I'll do a little bit of bad play-by-play for this top 5 matchup. We will wear our big game blues, and of course we are going to use my custom playbooks. They're not glitch, they're not cheese, they're legitimate schemes. You can download them if you like. They're up for download. Skull Blue for offense, D-Skull Blue for defense. And let's see, I don't want them wearing yellow because we have maize in ours. They could do the away fly era. I do like their fly era uniforms. It's probably my favorite. So yeah, we'll have them go with the away fly era. All right, here we go.
Here we go, folks. folks, one of the most anticipated matchups of the entire regular season. Two national championship contenders, each ranked in the top 5. Which side can step up and deliver on this big stage?
A rainy day in Ann Arbor.
Welcome to Ann Arbor, Michigan, and the big house, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Oregon Ducks, taking on last season's national champions, the Michigan Wolverines. 3A Sports, I'm Chris Fowler, joined in the booth by Kirk Hermstreet. Kirk, let's get this thing going.
Here we go.
The Wolverines will kick it away to get this game going.
Oregon receiving first. Takes it in the end zone, bring it out. Across the 10. Down at the 12. They should have just kneeled that down.
Good job. They limit the return. Not much there. The Ducks offense making their way on the field to open this game. This is a team coming out here with a lot of confidence in front of an energized home crowd coming off that win last week. But there's a challenge today against this defense.
Yeah, great defense. It's going to be really exciting to see how this one plays out.
All right, Oregon comes out in a 4-receiver set. Blitz by Michigan. Under pressure, gets it off over the middle, and it's knocked out by the defender, incomplete. 2nd and 10. They come out in a 3-receiver set now. Slot left, tight end and running back in the backfield. Quick pass left on the slant route, and it's dropped, incomplete. 3rd and 10. Shotgun, 4-receiver set again, 1 tailback. Drops back to throw. DB blitz by Michigan. They pick it up. Gets the pass off underneath. It's caught, but it's going to be short of the first down. 4th and 6, and Oregon's going to start the game with a 3-and-out. Linebacker Finau on that tackle. The punt is called for a fair catch just past the 50-yard line. It'll be marked at the 48. David Chosen coming out last week, 262 yards, 2 touchdowns. All right, shotgun, duo back set, 3 receivers. Hands it off to Hayes, running up the middle, gets caught up on a defender, only gain of 1. That was an EA glitch, it's annoying. Under center, single back, 3 receivers, trips left, 1 wide right. Hayes the tailback, Chosen drops back, quick throw underneath on an out route. A gain of 6 to the 44-yard line, 3rd and 3. Under center, 4 receivers, 2 by 2, spread wide. Steve Hayes the tailback. Hands it to Hayes up the middle, gets enough for the first down. Tackled down at the 40, 1st and 10 Michigan. Chosen in shotgun, split backs, Hayes and Francis, 3 receivers. Fakes the handoff, play action, fires deep down the right side. And it's caught, no, it's dropped in the end zone by Suggs, incomplete, 2nd and 10. The hit knocked it out in the end zone. Shotgun, 3 receivers, trips right, 1 tight end in line. Chosen, quick pass underneath. Caught by the tight end Wolf. Gain of 7 to the 33-yard line, 3rd and 3 Michigan. Shotgun, 3 receivers, bunch tight left, 1 tight end in line. Hayes the tailback. Suggs goes in motion left to right. Chosen, quick pass to Hayes out of the backfield. Tries to spin at the line to gain. Doesn't get the first down. Tackled down at the 31, 4th and 1, and Michigan's going to send out Caleb Berryman for a kick. This will be a 47-yard field goal kick from the right hash, and it's good. Michigan gets the first 3 points on the board in this top 5 matchup.
He has got a strong leg. I'm surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. And it's fielded. Returner trying to create a big play here. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the Oregon offense is back out on the field. They're coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Looking for his big tight end.
Quick pass over the middle. First down for the Ducks. LaRon Irving with the catch. Shotgun slot right, 2 receivers spread out wide left, 1 wide right. Hands it off to the running back, runs up the middle, cuts out to the right side, gets some room. A gain of 6, 2nd and 4 for the Ducks. Shotgun, 2 receivers spread wide as can be. It's going to be an option run. QB tackled down in the backfield. It's going to be 3rd and 7 now. They come out with an empty backfield, 5 receiver set. Shotgun ducks. Looking to throw. Oh, deep down the right side. And it's knocked down by the defender. Incomplete. 4th and 7. Despite the first down, Oregon's going to punt again. Punt is up. It's got good distance. Taken in at the 28-yard line. Suggs spins around the defender, tackled at the 40. 1st and 10 for Michigan, going to take over on their own 40. Chosen under center, single back wing formation, 1 receiver to either side. Hands it to Hayes, running up the middle, gets around the defender, jukes, spins at the line, still going across midfield, tackled down at the 47. 1st and 10 Michigan. Now a power I formation, loaded to the right side. Hands it to Francis, runs up the middle, gain of 1. 2nd and 9 Michigan. Shotgun now, 4 receivers, 3 trips right, 1 wide left. Hayes the tailback. Chosen takes the snap, looking to throw. Quick pass right side to Suggs out of the slot on an out route. Short gain there to the 42-yard line, 3rd and 6. Empty backfield for Michigan. 4 receivers and a tight end. Drops back, he's under pressure, and he's sacked back behind midfield. Finian Ganofu with the sack on David Chosen knocks him back to Michigan's own 47-yard line. It'll be 4th and 16, and I expect they'll punt.
The defensive line eventually came up with a sack.
Lawrence Kalawaiaya, the freshman center, got beat there.
And the Wolverines will bring their punt team onto the field.
Tim Price with the punt. And it'll go out at the 31-yard line. Oregon takes over at the 31. Shotgun. Drops back to throw. Blitz by Michigan. And he's not yet. It's a strip sack. Oregon recovers it back at the 23. They're going to lose 8 yards on the play. 2nd and 18 for the Ducks. Steve Moang with the hit that knocked it loose. Crow just coughed that one up to the ground. The offensive lineman for the Oregon fell on it. Now it's going to be 2nd and long. 18 yards to gain. Shotgun for the Ducks. 1 tight end, 3 receivers. Fakes the handoff, play action. Drops back, steps back, trying to buy time. Under pressure, fires left, over the middle, and it's caught for a huge gain across the first down. Across midfield for the first down. Chester Crow with a huge conversion there for the Ducks. And they're going to take over in Michigan territory on the 47. 1st and 10. Hands it to the running back, running up the middle. Gets back to the line, nothing more. 2nd and 10 for Oregon. Shotgun, 1 tight end in line, 1 tailback, 3 receivers, trips right. Fakes the handoff, play action. He's hit again and it's knocked out. Another strip sack on the same drive. Picked up by the offensive lineman. He gets it back to the 43-yard line. That's a loss of 9. It'll be 3rd and 19 now, back on their own side of the 50. That's the 2nd fumble off of a sack by the Chester Crow, this time by Nick Souls on the hit. Avery Lucian, the cornerback, with the tackle to down the ball at the 43-yard line. 3rd and 19 now. Shotgun, 3 receivers, 1 tight end in the backfield, 1 running back. Drops back to throw. Trying to buy time in the pocket. Gets it off underneath. It's caught, but only a gain of 3. It's going to be 4th and 16, and Oregon's going to have to punt for the 3rd time in a row. Not a great punt here. It goes out at the 41-yard line. Good field position for Michigan to start. Shotgun, 2 tight ends in line, 2 receivers left. Hayes the tailback. Chosen calling out protection coverages. Puts the slot receiver in motion, keeps it himself, and gets tackled for a 1-yard loss. 2nd and 11 from their own 40. Shotgun, 3 receivers, 1 tight end. Hayes the tailback. Hayes motions out of the backfield. Empty backfield now for Chosen. And he puts Suggs in motion left to right, fakes the end around. Quick pass over the middle to Hayes. It's caught, but then it's knocked out by the hit. Incomplete, ruled. 3rd and 11 now. Shotgun, 4 receivers. 3 left, 1 right. Obvious passing down. Chosen drops back to throw. Steps up into the pocket, fires right side. Clear, wide open receiver, caught on the sideline. He turns on the jets, gets to the 30-yard line. They'll mark it at the 29. That's the true freshman receiver, number 81, Cooper Kaxer.
Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance.
First and 10, Michigan from Oregon's 29-yard line. And they're not going to get it off. That'll be the end of the quarter. After one, Michigan up 3-0 over Oregon and in prime position to score.
At the end of the first quarter, let's check out the stats so far. They flipped into the field. We're ready now for the second period. So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. The junior able to bring him down quickly. Offense getting set. Second down play here. He's looking to throw. The receiver grabs it. He'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The Wolverines offense is on the move now. Here comes a handoff. The tackle is made, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what that's about. Illegal block. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. On the handoff, they'll test the right side here. He's brought down, but there is a penalty marker.
And that one's going to come back because of Giovanni, or is that Mike Wolf? The illegal block in the back. Yeah, Mike Wolf, the right guard. So that'll come back. It'll be first and 24 for Michigan from the 30. Replay first down. Single back, wing, 3 tight ends, 1 receiver. Fakes the handoff, play action. Chosen looking to throw, fires left side, and it's intercepted. Bad throw by Chosen, and he gives up what was a prime scoring position. Wow, what a bad throw.
Idea how tough it can be and how slippery it is out there with this rain.
That wasn't, this announcer is so stupid. That had nothing to do with the rain. That was a purely bad decision to throw that ball to that target. There was, I mean, you saw right there, right as the pass was thrown, the receiver was not open. Now Oregon takes over at the 24-yard line. Moving the tight end around. Fakes the handoff, play action, and he's sacked. Ramon Corliss with the sack this time.
And when you can get pressure like this, that's what separates good defenses from great defenses. When you think back to the Michigan teams, when they've been exceptional, they've had defensive line play just like that. This pass rush has been a problem. Another sack sets up
second and 15 for the Ducks. Double mug look from the Wolverines. Hands it to the running back on a sweep to the left. And he's going to be tackled in the backfield for a 2-yard loss. 3rd and 17 now for the Ducks. They're going to come out in shotgun, 4 receivers wide, 2 by 2. Single tailback. Crow with the snap, drops back to throw, blitz by Michigan. He's under pressure, and he's sacked, and it's another strip sack. That's the 3rd, and again it's recovered by the offensive line of Oregon. They get it back to the 21. It's going to be 4th and 13. That is the 3rd strip sack in the first half against Chester Crow. He has got to get his ball security up, but credit to the Michigan defensive line, 3 strip sacks.
The Ducks will line up to kick it away. That's his 4th punt already today.
They got the punt up across midfield. It'll be taken in at the 37-yard line. They'll mark it fair caught at the 38. Shotgun, 3 receivers, 1 tight end in line. Hayes the tailback, Chosen with the snap. Fakes the handoff, play action, fires up the field. It's caught past the 40, 36-yard line, 1st and 10 Michigan, and they're going to go in the hurry up. I couldn't tell who the receiver was on that. Hands it off to Hayes, no gain on the play. I think that was Manu McCracken on that first down catch. Shotgun, duo set, 2 backs, 3 receivers. Chosen fakes the toss, Steps up into the pocket, hits Hayes in the backfield. Hayes makes a guy miss. Another one past the 30. Gain of 7, 3rd and 3 Michigan. Man, is he electric with the ball in his hands. Shotgun type formation, 2-by-2. 2 receivers, 2 tight ends. Drops back to throw. Passes left, and it's knocked out by the defender, incomplete. And they're going to send out the kicker. This will be a 46-yard kick from the left hash. And it's good. Berryman with the second kick, and they improve their lead to 6 points.
First, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. They'll return it from inside the 5. Tackled at the 22. Good job by the coverage team. And the Ducks' powerful offense is back on the field. Last time was a quick
1st and 10 Oregon from the 22. Drops back to throw on the play action, and he's under pressure. Hit as he throws. He gets it off, but the catch is knocked out by the defender. Incomplete, 2nd and 10. Shotgun, single tailback. 3 receivers, 1 tight end. Drops back to throw, under pressure. He gets it off to the left. Caught. Breaks the tackle and gets the first down, tackled at the 35. 1st down, Oregon. Shotgun, 2 tight ends in line, 2 receivers wide right, single tailback in the pistol. Hands it off for the run, runs up the middle to the right, gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Shotgun, 3 receivers, 2 tight to the right side, 1 wide left. Hands it to the running back, runs up the middle, gain of a few, looks like 4 yards. Got to the 40-yard line, 3rd and 4 for Oregon. Shotgun, 3 receivers, trips left, 1 tight end. Hands it to the running back up the middle. He gets the first down, gets across midfield, tackled at Michigan's 48-yard line. 1st and 10, Oregon. Receivers stacked wide right, 1 out wide left. Single tailback, hands it off, running right. Gets to the first down marker. They're going to give him the first down at the 37-yard line. Under center, I-form wing, 3 tight ends. Going to hand it off to the running back up the middle. Met just past the line, a gain of only 2. 2nd and 8. This is the best drive of the game for the Ducks so far. Shotgun, 3 receivers. Hands it to the running back on a sweep to the left. Gets around the edge. He's going to get some positive yards. Looks like about 3 before he got hit by the defense and taken down at the 32. 3rd and 5 Ducks. 3 receivers spread very wide. Tight end and running back in the backfield. Looking to throw. Crow. Fires right side. It's caught for the first down. Tackled at the 24. 1st and 10, Oregon. Shotgun, 3 receivers, 1 tight end. Slot receiver goes in motion, fakes the end around, hands it to the running back. Runs up the middle, gets across the first down marker. Tackled at the 9. 1st and goal for Oregon. And we've hit the 2-minute warning in the 2nd quarter. Oregon poised to take the lead here. Shotgun, hands it to the running back up the middle. Short gain of 3 to the 6-yard line, 2nd and goal. Michigan's going to call a timeout. Shotguns, receiver spread wide, 2 tight ends in line. Pitches it to the running back, running left, gets the edge. Gain all the way down to the 1-yard line, 3rd and goal from the 1. Michigan uses their 2nd timeout. Oregon comes out in the I-wing formation. Runs it up the middle, and it's a touchdown. Oregon's going to take the lead with an extra point.
Touchdown, Ducks. So they reach the end zone after a marathon march. How about the execution in that drive, Kirk?
Well, I know a lot of times people get excited for the big plays. They're fun to watch. But what's impressive to me is an offense that can put together a long drive and then finally cap it off with a touchdown. That way you don't have to always rely on the big plays. That's a great drive.
PAT gives them a 7-6 lead. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown.
Kickoff taken at the 5-yard line.
Gets it to the 25-yard line.
Francis returns it back to the 25. 1st and 10, Michigan, 1:45 left in the half. 4 receiver set, shotgun for Chosen. Quick pass left, it's caught, had to come back a little bit for it, so it's only a gain of 2. 2nd and 8. They're going to hurry back to the line. Clock still ticking. 3 receivers, 1 tight end. Drops back to throw. Chosen fires right. Dumps it off to the sideline. It's caught by Suggs. Gain of only 2. And steps out of bounds. 3rd and 8 Michigan. 4 receivers set. Tight end goes in motion. Orbits the quarterback and exits back out to the left. Chosen fires over the middle. Caught. First down. Tackled at the 50-yard line. Rashard Suggs. Chosen now over 100 yards and driving. 1 minute and 24 seconds left. Clock still ticking. They're hurrying back to the line. Shotgun, 3 receivers. 1 tight end, 1 tailback. Steve Hayes. Chosen looking to throw. Quick pass to the tight end out of the backfield. Caught for a 9-yard gain. 2nd and 1 from the 42. 1 minute and 10 on the clock. They're in the hurry up. 3 receivers. Trips right. Shotgun for Chosen. Tight end on the line. Hayes the tailback. Chosen looking to throw. Hits Hayes out of the backfield. Caught across the 30. Tackled at the 28. 1 minute left on the clock. 45 seconds by the time they get back to the line. 40 seconds. Clock still running. Michigan with 1 timeout remaining. Chosen looking to throw. Fires over the middle. And it's caught by Hayes. Tackled down at the 10-yard line. 1st and 10. Clock still going. 15 seconds left. 1 timeout remaining. Shotgun duo set for Chosen. Drops back to throw. Hits the receiver, the running back Francis out of the backfield. Jukes a defender. Tackled down at the 6. 7 seconds left. Michigan's going to use their final timeout. They're going to try to run another pass play. Single back. Wing formation. Drops back to throw. Chosen. Fires into the end zone and it's caught. Giovanni Wolf, the tight end, with a catch across the middle for the touchdown. And with 3 seconds left to go in the half, Michigan retakes the lead.
Puts it up in the air, and the big tight end goes over top of everybody for the touchdown.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT.
Berryman for the extra point. It's good. Michigan takes a 13-7 lead with 3 seconds left to go in the half, and trying to head into halftime with the momentum. Here's the kickoff. Oregon takes it at the 4-yard line. Gets it back across the 15. Tackled down at the 20, and that'll be the end of the first half. Remember, Michigan will get the ball to start the second half as well.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Ann Arbor. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. Either way, it's time to find out. Back to the best in the biz for the start of this third quarter.
Here's the kickoff to start the second half. Michigan up by 6. Suggs takes the kick, gets it back to the 24-yard line. 1st and 10 for Michigan, starting to drive from the 24. Power I formation. Francis under center. Hands it to Francis, running left. Doesn't get back to the line. It'll be a loss of 1. 2nd and 11 for Michigan. Single back. Hayes. 3 receivers. Trips left. 1 wide right. Under center Chosen. Drops back to throw. Slips on the ground. And he's going to take a sack. Chosen takes the snap. Drops back to throw. Slips. Tries to regain his balance. And then gets hit by the defender. Again, Finian Ganofo with his 2nd sack of the day. He's just having his way with Lawrence Kalawaya.
So here comes 3rd and long. Giving up that sack has made
3rd and 15 for Michigan. Shotgun for Chosen. Empty backfield. 5 set.
Now in 3rd and very long, looking to
Steps up in the pocket. Has time. Fires over the middle into double coverage. It's knocked down, incomplete. And Michigan's going to have to punt to start the second half. Not the way they wanted to get this going. The punt is up. It's got good distance. It's going all the way to the 35. Brought back across the 45. Tackled at the 48. Oregon takes over at the 48-yard line. Shotgun. One tight end. 3 receivers. Trips right. Hands it to the running back. Running right. Gets it back to the line. Isaac Kuma. Gain of 1. 2nd and 9 Oregon. Shotgun. 4 receivers. 2 by 2. Fakes the handoff. Play action. And he's sacked. by Nick Soles back at the 43-yard line on their own side of the field. That's going to drop them back to a 3rd and 15.
Makes me think of Aiden Hutchinson, who of course played here recently. Going back to guys like Rashawn Gary, Lamar Woodley, Frank
Soles with his 3rd sack of the day.
On full display right now.
So here comes 3rd and long, trying to over.
3rd and 15 for the Ducks. Shotgun, 4 receivers. 3 bunch tight right, 1 wide left. Drops back to throw. Fires deep down the left sideline, one-on-one coverage. It's caught, and it's a touchdown for Oregon. Oregon retakes the lead.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
Kicking team out for the PAT try. They knock through the PAT and go on top 14-13. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. And the Wolverines offense is back on the field. This group is coming off a quick 3 and out. Can they put something together in this drive? And brought down at the line with that big defensive tackle. Quickly behind the sticks here after the loss. 2nd down and 11. And now they'll run it on the draw. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the 1st down. Looking to scramble now. Tackled at the 32. That's enough for a 1st down. The Wolverines come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. Takes the ball, tries the right side here. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. Didn't expect to lose 4 on the 1st down run. Set up now 2nd and 14. Try to catch the defense with the draw. Not much on that play, brought down short. Tough spot. The offense has to convert the 3rd and long from the 30 to get this drive going. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the 1st down. Fires it to the wideout. Oh, he makes the catch. They bring him down, but a huge gain. They cross midfield to the 49.
Well, if I'm this defense, you get these guys to 3rd down, you better bracket or double team some kind of coverage rolled to this receiver to take him away.
Oh, they trap him for a sack.
Well, they're making this offensive line really think and communicate. Bringing different blitzes. This time the outside linebacker gets to the quarterback and comes up with a big sack for the D.
So this offense faces a 2nd and 15. The O-line needs to regroup. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Grabbed by the receiver. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch. They're backed up here trying to make something happen on the 3rd and long. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the 1st down. Finds his man. It's Hayes. Defense makes the stop very close to a 1st down. The Wolverines will line up to boot it away. Kick lands out of bounds. They'll spot this down around the 20. And that powerful Oregon offense retakes the field. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time. Looking to do the same thing here to see if the defense can make adjustments. They're gaining some breathing room now. Tackled at the 26. What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? An inside give now from the shotgun. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Offense looking to convert on 3rd and short from the 27. Looking to pick up the 1st down through the air. Oh, what a grab!
There's a catch for Oregon. Sorry, guys, I was responding to a text message.
That's a big gainer there. The offense operating at peak efficiency. They come to the line again. It's a run to the left. It's going to be a loss on the play. Force it out. It's a great play by the defense. Second down play coming up for this offense.
2nd and 11 for the Ducks. 1-point lead in the third quarter.
From the shotgun,
Cross back to throw. Under pressure. Blitz. And he's sacked again.
Swarmed by the pass rush. He's sacked.
We've got an injury. Nick Soles. It's going to be 3rd and 19 for the Ducks. That means that the freshman Moffitt will come in at right edge in place of Soles. 3rd and 19 for Crow. 4 receiver set. Drops back to throw. Screen pass to the running back. Tries to juke a defender. Tackled down at the 44. It's going to be well short of a first down, and they're going to punt.
The Ducks will have to kick it away. On the kick now for the 5th time today. Choosing to return the punt. He's got some daylight, turning on the speed. And they finally stop him, and he found a nice lane in that return. Puts the start of the drive in a good position. There's the handoff. And he goes nowhere. Stop, pull behind the line of scrimmage. Running play goes backwards, makes it 2nd down and 12 now. They look to throw it here on 2nd down. Caught over the middle. It's Wolf. Tackle is made. It's a short gain, well short of the marker. And as we take a break to flip ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the current national rankings. One quarter to go. Let's see if this sets up as a classic finish. We begin the quarter with a crucial play, offense setting up for this 3rd down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Bringing pressure. He's looking to scramble. Picks up the first and is still going. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
Well, finally, there it is. I mean, we've been talking all game about this guy and his speed, and it's about time his best run of the game. As we head down the stretch, he's going to have to keep that in mind, that when everyone's covered, take off and use his legs and make big plays like this.
Chosen drops back to throw. Hits the right side. Caught on the in route. 2nd and 8 Michigan. Down by 1. 4th quarter. Under center. I-form wing. 1 receiver wide right. Hands it to Francis running right. Gets through the line. Gain of only 1. 3rd and 7 Michigan. Single back wing formation. 2 tight ends. 2 receivers wide left. Hayes the tailback. Hands it to Hayes, running up through the line, gets back to the line, maybe 1. It'll be 4th and 6, and they're going to send the kicker out again. Kick is up from the right hash, and it's good. Michigan retakes the lead with a 2-point lead.
Well, you talk about a clutch kick. Good job by the snapper and the holder. The kicker gives them the lead. But remember, this one is certainly a long way from being over here in the 4th.
And here's the return from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And the Oregon offense is back out on the field. They came up empty on the last possession, forced to punt it away. And they begin to click now. Snags the quick throw. They bring him down, but he reaches the 30-yard line. How aggressive do you get on 1st and 10? And now the handoff. That's a nice
Oregon runs it right, gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Their own 33-yard line. 8.5 minutes left on the clock. Down by 2. Hands it to the running back up the middle, gets through the line, gain of 3, 3rd and 4 Oregon. Shotgun slot right, tight end and running back in the backfield, 2 receivers wide left, 1 wide right on the boundary. Hands it to the running back up the middle, gets the first down. Tackled just shy of midfield, 1st and 10 from the 49. Michigan's defense has got to get better than that, man.
Design quarterback run.
Quarterback runs it for 3, 2nd and 7, gets it across midfield. Opponent's 48-yard line, shotgun, 4 receivers, tight formation. 3 bunched left, 1 right. Hands it to the running back, running up the middle, met just past the line, gain of 1, 3rd and 6. Empty backfield now, 5 wide.
the first
Going to
down.
throw under pressure, and it's another strip sack.
The offense able to fall.
Oregon falls on it again. Michigan unable to recover the sack or the fumbles, but that pushes Oregon back to 4th and 12 behind midfield. Raphael Neely this time with the strip sack. Chester Crow, unable to protect the football when he's getting sacked, is going to be the story of this game.
Forced to kick it away for the 6th time. And this punt heads toward the sideline. Doesn't travel very far. And the Michigan offense back out on the field. They settled for a field goal last time out. They're looking for the end zone here, no doubt. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Bring the pressure, and down he goes.
Boy, that safety came way back on.
And there's
that
a sack
blitz
for
and
Oregon.
timed it perfectly to get after the quarterback and eventually come up with a sack.
So from the 21-yard line, it's now 2nd and long.
Shotgun, 3 receivers, 1 tight end. Chosen drops back to throw, fires over the middle. It's caught
They make the tackle, but that pass creates a
to the 28-yard line. He kept it through the hit. 3rd and 9. Still 3rd and long. Chosen with the low snap, hands it to Hayes. Hayes running up the middle. Gets hit. Oh, but he doesn't get back to the line for the gain. And they're going to send out the punt team. They're not going to risk it on 4th and 1. God, we cannot give it back to Oregon, man.
And the fair catch signaled for and taken.
Fair catch at the 23. Defense has got to step up again here. Only a 2-point lead, and we're giving Oregon the ball with 3 minutes left to go in the game. And we're letting them run right up the middle. What are we doing?
And that run is good for first down yardage. A new set of downs for this offense. The quarterback keeps the football.
There we go. That's what we need on defense. 2nd and 13. Tight formation for Oregon in shotgun. Drops back to throw under pressure. Hit as he throws. Hits the running back on a screen. Gets it off to the left side. But he's going to be tackled just past the line. Only a gain of 1. Shotgun, 4 receivers, spread wide, 2x2, single tailback. Michigan with the double mug look. Only rushing 4. Under pressure, hit as he throws right side, but it's caught! Defense, what are you doing? Oh my God!
The offense trying to make a play to win it. The shotgun handoff here. Tackle made after just a short gain. Here we go, trailing late in the game here. Serious urgency for this offense right now.
Pitch on the option to the running back. Gets it to the 41-yard line. 3rd and 5. And we're letting them get into field goal range, dude. What are we doing? Empty backfield. Drops back to throw. Hit. Sacked by Nick Souls, who's back in the game. Knocked back to the 46-yard line. They're going to go for it on 4th and 10. We need to get a stop here. Drops back to throw. Fires deep down the right side. Double coverage. It's incomplete. Michigan gets it on turnover. Turnover on downs. Oregon still has 3 timeouts, though. 1 minute and 14 seconds left. Chosen comes out. Under center I formation. Hands it to Francis. Running left. Gets the edge, but knocked out of bounds after the first down at the 43. 1st and 10 Michigan. Oregon still has all 3 timeouts. Shotgun, 3 receivers, tight formation. Hayes motions out of the slot into the backfield. Direct snap to Hayes on the sweep to the right side. He gets a block. Gets around the edge. I didn't see what his gain was before Oregon decided to call a timeout. It's going to be 2nd and 3 from Oregon's 36-yard line. 1 minute and 5 seconds left on the clock. Oregon with 2 timeouts. Shotgun slot left. Hands it to Hayes on the sweep. Gets around 1. Jukes a defender, but then tackled in the backfield. Again, I can't see the down and distance when the Ducks are calling timeouts like assholes. 3rd and 5. Empty backfield. Shotgun. Chosen looking to throw. Hits the tight end underneath. It's caught. 1st down. And the Oregon Ducks take their final timeout. Michigan's going to come out in victory formation.
Trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Ball is snapped and
They'll nail it down. And Michigan's going to survive this top 5 matchup with a 2-point win, 16-14 over the Oregon Ducks. Nick Souls, the player of the game, 6 tackles, 4 sacks, at least 2 strip sacks.
Resetting, regrouping, and maybe use this loss as fuel down the stretch.
And that is going to do it. We enjoy being here. For Kirkland Street, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Let's take a look at the stats for the game. Both teams had 14 first downs. Michigan with 272 yards of total offense. Oregon with the 237. Total plays ran, 54 for Michigan, 52 for Oregon. Yards per play average, 5 yards per Michigan, 4.6 for Oregon. Run game. Michigan 27 carries, 55 yards, an average of 2 yards per rush. Oregon 35 carries, 50 yards, 1.4 yards per rush, but they did have the 1 rushing touchdown. Pass game, Michigan 22 of 27 for 217 yards, 1 touchdown, an average of 8 yards per pass. Oregon 12 of 17, 187 yards, 1 touchdown, and an average of 11 yards per pass. Third down conversions, both teams at 7 for 14 for 50%. It's kind of crazy how closely matched up these two teams are. Fourth down conversions, only 1 attempted. It was by Oregon, and it was unsuccessful. Both teams scored on only 1 of their red zone trips, and both teams were at 50%. Turnovers. Michigan had through 1 interception. Oregon had no turnovers, but they did have a bunch of fumbles that ended drives. Punt return yards, Michigan 37 to Oregon's 10. Kick return yards, Oregon 84 to Michigan 53. Total yards for the game, 362 for Michigan, 331 for Oregon. Both teams, the punts averaged 31.5 yards. Michigan had 2 penalties for 20 yards total, and the time of possession was almost identical. Michigan with 24 minutes and 49 seconds, Oregon with 23 minutes and 11 seconds. Individual player stats, David Chosen, 22 of 27, 217 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 81% completion, and 153.8 passer rating. In the run game, Hayes, 14 carries, 40 yards. Chosen, 9 carries, 3 yards net when you subtract sack yardage loss. And Dakota Francis was not effective today at 4 carries, 12 yards. Receiving game, Giovanni Wolf, 6 catches, 41 yards, and a lone touchdown. Steve Hayes, 4 catches and 44 yards. Rashard Suggs, 4 catches, 36 yards. Manu McCracken, 3 for 49. James Franco, 2 for 6. Cooper Kaxer, 2 for 37. Dakota Francis, 1 for 4. Blocking, we had 3 sacks given up by our offensive line. 2 by the offensive line, 1 by Cooper Kaxer, which, come on guys, he's a 5'9", 186-pound wide receiver. Like, come on. But our best in pancakes was Mario Nunez with 8. Defensive leader on tackles, Nick Souls with 11 tackles. Also led the team with 6 TFLs and 4 sacks. Steve Mowing also got 1.5 sacks. Rafael Neely and Ramon Corliss each got a sack, and then Finalthias got half a sack. No interceptions, but we did have 2 PBUs by Duke Carden, 1 each by Ron Reese, Evan Ekiyor, and Nick Souls. And then forced fumbles, Nick Souls forced 2. Rafael Neely 1, Steve Mowing 1. None of them were recovered, unfortunately. Let's see. Kicking, Caleb Berryman, since he's moved over from punter to kicker, is still perfect. 3 for 3 field goals with a long of 48 today, and then 1 for 1 extra point. Punting, Tim Price, 4 punts, 126 yards, an average of 31.5. Kick returns, Dakota Francis, 1 for 18, Suggs, 2 for 35. Punt returns, Suggs 2 for 37. Alright, let's back out and advance the week and see what changes. All right, we got a commitment from 4-star quarterback Eric Truman out of Reynoldsburg, Ohio. We did keep our number 1 ranking. Nick Souls, Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week. And that got him National Defensive Player of the Week honors. Alright, let's take a look. Do we have anyone in the Heisman watch now? We do not. Conference standings, we still should be number 1, right? Yep. So this week we're going to take on USC, the only other undefeated team. Top 25, let's look at it. So Michigan and Auburn stayed. Oh wait, I'm sorry. So this is the first CFP ranking. So we're gonna ignore what they were last week since that was the media coaches poll. This is the first CFP ranking. So we've got 1 through 5: Michigan, Auburn, USC, Miami, SMU. Of those teams, only Miami is not undefeated with 1 loss on the record. 6 through 10: Texas A&M, Clemson, Oregon, who lost to us this last week, dropped from 3 to 8. Then we got Baylor at 9, Notre Dame at 10. 11 to 15: Tennessee, Texas, Tulane, Nebraska, and Georgia. 16 to 20: Alabama, Louisville, Washington, BYU, and LSU. And then rounding out the top 25 from 21 up, we've got Boise State, Florida State, TCU, NC State, and Mizzou. Alright, that's going to be this episode, guys. Make sure to tune in next time to watch another top 25 matchup, another number 1 to versus number 3 in Ann Arbor. This time, 7-0 undefeated Michigan hosting 7-0 undefeated USC in what will be another, I'm sure, close game. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment on the video, hit the notification bell. Follow me everywhere on social media at Kinetic615. Check out the GoFundMe link that's pinned at the top of my X profile. It's also linked in the YouTube bio. Feel free to shoot me a message on X or Discord at Kinetic615. As long as you're respectful, I will try to respond back. Just a reminder, guys, be kind to other people out there. I appreciate everyone that hung out. And as always, until next time, it's Skull Vikes and Go Blue.